Hi guys, welcome back to another lesson on SURDS, and this time we're going to be looking at how to add and subtract SURDS. So in the past few lessons we've looked at how to simplify SURDS, what SURDS are. Now we want to know how to do basic arithmetic, so plus and minus with SURDS. Let's get into it. So plussing and minusing SURDS is actually not too difficult to do. So we've already sort of seen a little bit of this in previous tutorials. So essentially the only rule that we have to remember for this one, like terms, so just like in algebra we have like terms, so if we have x plus y plus 2x, what are the like terms? The two lots of x's, so we've got a 1x and we have a 2x. So SURDS, we can also have like terms, and these like terms in SURDS will look something along the lines of this. So you can have 5 root 11 plus 7 root 11. Now, these are SURDS because we can't simplify this down anymore, as we'll know from our last tutorial in simplifying SURDS. So essentially all we need to know is that in order to plus or minus SURDS, what we need to do is we need to make sure that they are both the same type of SURD. So when we're looking at this in the context of SURDS, we can have numbers such as 3 root 2 plus 4 root 7 plus 5 root 2. And essentially what we're going to do is we look at whether these numbers can be simplified down any further. And as we can see, these are all prime, so we cannot simplify them down anymore. And then we can do stuff with the like terms. So a good way to think about this is to imagine if you see nothing at the front, imagine a plus out in front, and you're going to want to take the coefficient. So we can see there's a plus 3, a plus 4, and a plus 5 there. So we can't do anything with the plus 4, that's going to have to stay like that, but we can with the plus 3 plus 5. Now that's going to equal 8. So we have a total of 8 root 2, and then we can add on our other bit, which can't be simplified any further, plus 4 root 7. So this can get trickier. So for example, they might want to trick you in the textbook by giving you something along the lines of this. So let's just say that we had 6 root 18 plus 4 root 2 plus, I don't know, 1 root 18. Now at the start you might sort of think, oh well, this is easy because I've got an 18 and I've got a 2, and therefore it should just be, you know, 7 root 18 plus 4 root 2, right? Well, that's actually not right, that's wrong, because we need to remember every time that we need to get this into its simplest form before we do our adding or minusing. So as we can see here, 2, that's a prime number, it can't be simplified down anymore. However, these 18s, as we'll know from simplifying in our last tutorial, we can say that 6 root 18 is the same as 6 times 3, because it's root 9, times root 2, which is the same thing as 18 root 2, plus, and this middle is simplified already, so we can leave that, 4 root 2, and plus this last one, which is going to be 1 times 3, because root 9, times root 2, which is going to be 4 root 2. So if we take all of these now together, 4 plus 18, that'll give us our final answer, 26 root 2. So you've got to be careful of that trick. So the only other thing really to be careful about in this one is to be careful of negatives. So what I mean by this is sometimes you can have things like, let's just say we have 8 root 5 minus 3 root 5. Okay, so in this case we have a plus 8 and we have a minus 3. So in this case it's very easy, we just do 8 minus 3. So that will be pretty simple, just go ahead and do 5 root 5. However, in some cases, we can get a trickier sign. So they might, for example, flip these around. So in the case, let's just say if we have now a +3 and a -8, we're not allowed to just simply switch them around. So it's in the easy way we just had. So what you've got to remember here is if you have a +3 on the number line, so let's just say our zeros here, 1, 2, 3, then what we're going to do, if we're going negative, then you're going to go away from positive infinity, which is over here, and towards negative infinity. So going more negative. If it was positive, then you'd go this way. But we have -8, so you're going to want to count backwards 8 from 3 on the number line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what you'll get on the number line is actually a -5√5. So you've got to be careful of this. It's the only real thing you have to worry about with this one, the order of the operations here. So now that we know all of that, we'll go into some questions in the next video, which will be in exercise 1.03.